Hey guys, it's Miss K. I'm an English teacher by day. By night, I read a heck of a lot of books. Welcome back to my channel where I review all the books that I've been reading. And today, we are talking about King of Pride by Anna Huang. This is the first in a series of 4 books so far by Anna Huang. She writes billionaire romance. It's an okay read, so let's get into it. But first, we need to remind ourselves of the 3 things that make any good piece of literature work. There are 3 things we have to remind ourselves in the world of books. 1 is character. If you do not have adequate character development and a character profile from beginning to end of the book, then your characters will be flat, one note, and they will not act like real people. 2 is world building. This is the universe that your characters live in. And the 3rd one can overshadow both of the others if not done correctly. That is style, word choice, and vocabulary. If you don't have the ability to actually say what you want to say, it doesn't matter how good of an idea it is. Doesn't matter how complex character you have. It doesn't matter if the world is the best that's ever been in existence. If you can't say what you want to say, then it doesn't matter. With that, let's get into today's reading. This is King of Pride by Anna Huang. She is a billionaire romance type of author. This particular one is the first in a series of 4 so far. Deals with billionaire Dante Russo, who has made his fortune not necessarily out of the mafia, but out of the import, export, fine jewels, and trade business. It's a family money. It's a family thing. He is known as the most eligible bachelor in New York City right now. And then you have our female character. Her name is Vivian Lau. Vivian Lau is of Asian American descent. Her parents started as a small jewelry shop business in Boston and later grew into a mega jewelry empire. Now, this family, you have to understand, in Vivian's family, they are waiting for her to marry. They are waiting for her to bring home an eligible man. And when she doesn't do that, they intercede on her behalf and say, hey, you're going to marry this guy. This is an arranged billionaire romance marriage. And who is the arrangement to? None other than Dante Russo, the king of wrath himself. Now, Dante is not going into this marriage willingly. Vivian's father has blackmailed him into marriage because Vivian's father wants that old money connection. They are considered new money. They have just built their empire. It's a first-generation jewelry empire. Dante's empire has been around for many, many years, hundreds of years. The Russo empire has been around. So they want the connection to that old Russo money that otherwise they're not going to have unless they marry into it. So Vivian's father blackmails Dante with pictures of his brother sleeping with a mafia princess in order to force him to marry his daughter Vivian. Well, Dante does not like that. Dante would rather die before giving in to blackmail. However, he has no choice but to play the part of a happy betrothal until he can find all of the pictures and destroy them and then be rid of the entire Lau Jewels empire. Now, Vivian does not know of her father's blackmail. She's not happy about being in an arranged marriage. She doesn't need her father's money. She's a successful high society event planner in New York City, but she is a dutiful daughter. Family is everything in many Asian cultures. And I think Anna Huang does a great job bringing her own background into this, her own family culture into this, because in many East Asian cultures, you value your family over everything. If you do anything to shame them, you're essentially exiled. You're cut off. Vivian is not going to shame her family. She loves her family dearly. She understands how hard her father and her mother have worked to put her and her sister through good schools to get them into the high society that they're in. She respects that and she agrees to go along with the arranged marriage, even though she doesn't like it whatsoever. She's far too independent a spirit for that. As the book goes on, Vivian and Dante move in together. They proceed to have a bunch of dates, and they're ultimately beginning to fall in love. However, that is interrupted when Dante finally finds the last of the pictures, and he is faced with a choice. He's beginning to love Vivian, and she is beginning to love him. If he sends these pictures to the press and destroys all of Lau Jewels, then he is ultimately going to lose Vivian. He can't help it, though. He is the king of wrath, and Vivian leaves him and they part ways. Now, not long afterwards, Vivian comes to the realization that her father blackmailed Dante into marrying her. She confronts her father and says, "I still love you, but that was wrong and I cannot respect or support you for doing something so evil." Vivian is cut off from her family, cut off from her trust fund, cut off from absolutely everything. And it's okay. She rebuilds herself and goes back to New York, goes back to being the high society event planner that she is. Dante Russo, however, feels like something is missing because he valued Vivian's presence in her life. Now, he makes an attempt to contact her. She doesn't really want anything to do with him. The only way to make things better is by letting her father and the Loud Jewels business continue on. He's not going to destroy the business. He's not going to destroy her family empire. He makes things right. And that is how Vivian and Dante end up together. And that is the end of our billionaire romance novel. Is it a good book? Yes. I enjoyed reading this. Anna Huang is a great writer. She brings her culture, her heritage. She's done a lot of research in high society, or it's quite possible that she was born into this high society lifestyle. I'm not sure about that. You'll have to do your own research. But it's very evident that she understands what she's talking about, and she's written it in a way that makes it accessible for the average Joe to read. However, there's not a lot of surprises in this book. It's pretty stereotypically billionaire romance novel. No big plot twist, nothing catastrophic happens, no big hero-heroine rescue the damsel in distress moment or rescue the hero from his trapped moment. I don't know. It's not something that I would personally read again. I'm probably not going to read the rest of the series. Is it a good book? Yes, but it's not my cup of tea. What would I give this for a rating? I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's not like it's a bad book, just personally not that exciting for someone who prefers high fantasy fiction. What did you think of King of Wrath? Let me know in the comments below. What rating would you give it? If you like this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. Until next time, guys, I'm Miss K. Happy reading.